This is Face the Nation, broadcasting live from the CNN-Ibn headquarters in New Delhi.
Hello and welcome to Face the Nation, the show where we debate and you decide. I'm Vidya Shankaraya. Here's what we have for you tonight.
So this is a question of the inheritance of the family, the right to go to the temple. It's not a small thing.
Rahul Ravi, Union Minister for Overseas Indian Affairs, is deeply upset at being done in by traditional India. Priests at Guruvayur cleansed the temple after his family's visit. They claim since Ravi's wife is Christian and Kerala matrilineal, his children are not Hindus. The minister is considering legal action. Of course, the minister hotly contests that claim. Irrespective of his religion, though, it does raise a question. Is the sanctity of Hindu temples defiled by the visit of any non-Hindu? Type QOTD, question of the day, space Y for yes, or space N for no, and SMS that to 2622. You know the routine. You can also log online at our website, ibnlive.com, and register your vote there. And please welcome tonight on the show Mr. Ravi Krishna, the son of Union Minister Rahul Ravi. He's in Chennai. There's also Rahul Easwar, the grandson of the Sabarimala Tantri. Thank you very much, Rahul, there. He's in Kochi. There's also Radhika Chopra, Dr. Radhika Chopra, a sociologist at the Delhi University, here in the studios with me. And before we begin the discussion, here's a quick look at more in the news. All of eastern Uttar Pradesh is on high alert after 3 crude bomb blasts this evening in quick succession in Gorakhpur. The blast took place in Golghar, at the center of the town. At least 12 people have received minor injuries. The explosives are reported to have been placed in polythene bags on bicycles. Dawood Ibrahim's sister, Hasina Parkar, finally appeared in a Mumbai court today to seek anticipatory bail. The hearing has been adjourned now till Thursday. She's accused of cheating, extortion and forgery.
I'll always help the law. It's above every individual. Father-son concept does not arise here.
Wanted by the Rajasthan police, accused of protecting his son convicted for rape, and now on the run. Research top policeman B.B. Mohanty tells Cnn-Ibn he simply cannot be touched. But more disturbing news just in. We've received word that former cricketer Maninder Singh has been arrested with 1.5 grams of cocaine. He was arrested from his Preet Vihar residence in New Delhi. Let's get more details on this now and talk to our correspondent who's been following this, Arunodaya Mukherjee, who's on the phone line and in Preet Vihar. What more can you share with us now, Arunodaya?
Well, Vidya, at the moment, the details are rather sketchy considering the personality of the person who has been arrested being a former cricketer. The police are tight-lipped at the moment, but what we've gotten to know so far is that the narcotics cell of the Delhi police has made this arrest on the basis of a tip-off that they received from a local resident over there. This is the exact raid was placed at Gagan Apartments in Preet Vihar, where Maninder Singh was found in possession of about 1.5 grams of cocaine. Currently, he is in police custody and is being interrogated by the officials of the narcotics department at Shakarpur in East Delhi.
Arunodaya, can you confirm formally if he's been arrested or if he's simply been detained for questioning?
No, at the moment he has been arrested because he was found in possession of cocaine. They are now looking into. They are interrogating him about whether there was a peddling angle involved as well, because then he would be tried under various other sections of the NDPS Act. Whether it was just possession or whether peddling was involved, whether other people had also been involved. All these things are currently being interrogated.
And what about consumption as well of the drug?
Consumption, at the moment, that is not very clear, Vidya. But the police is questioning Maninder. The consumption the consumption angle will be clarified a little later. Vidya.
And what would be the sort of punishment that he's looking at in case he does turn out to be guilty? Although, of course, I'm jumping the gun here and asking you a question way out in the future.
Well, Vidya, it would be a little difficult to say at the moment considering the arrest has just been made, but he would be, number one, would be tried under the Narcotics, Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act, the same act that was in the news a couple of months back during the Rahul Mahajan case when he was also found in possession of cocaine. He would be tried, but first it needs to be established whether the quantity that was found was above the prescribed limit, whether it was whether peddling was involved, and therefore various sections of the NDPS Act would then be applied to Maninder Singh, and he would be tried under those sections.
And Arunodaya, I'm presuming that we don't know yet anything from Maninder Singh himself.
No, not at the moment. He was picked up by the police, and the moment he's at Chakrapur in East Delhi being interrogated.
Thank you very much. Arunodaya Mukherjee there with the details of Maninder Singh being arrested now by the police here in Prithvihar. We'll get you more details of that as and when we get to know them. It's now time for the top story on Face the Nation. The debate over whether Guruvayur priests should have objected to a visit by Union Minister Vaila Ravi's son. That has now provoked a larger question. Should people of all faiths be allowed entry? Naveen Nair reports.
The row over entry of people of all faiths into Kerala's Guruvayur temple is likely to escalate. Union Minister Vaila Ravi, now the centre of a storm over the entry of some of his family members into the temple, wants a debate on the issue. At least some sections of the head priest family say they are not adverse to reforming traditions and customs.
I'm sure this day will go down in history as the beginning of the second temple entry proclamation. What we are trying to do is, we are trying to open the gates of faith, open the gates of temple to all people, irrespective of their religion, caste and creed.
Nothing is permanent, or customs cannot be claimed to be that system.
The LDF government is making political capital out of the issue, as it has on earlier instances like entry into the Sabarimala temple. Government sources say a legislation like that of the 1936 Temple Proclamation might soon be on the cards to allow entry to people of all faiths.
Highly feudalistic oriented some practices are to be done away with. So there should be reforms in tune with the marching of times.
Hindu organizations in the state call for caution. They say any move to control temple functioning will be opposed if it does not have religious consent.
A secular government is not entitled to, is not empowered to issue a proclamation regarding the temple entry of the whole society. So there also a mechanism is essential.
Guruvayur and Sabarimala are classic examples of Kerala's top temples getting caught in controversy as they cling on to their age-old customs and traditions. An easy and early solution is not in sight.
The state government might see this as an opportunity to enact a law to make people of all faith enter temples. But for a secular government to do this, it will need the consensus of the Tantri community, who have the final say in all that matters in a temple. In Thiruvananthapuram, Naveen Nair.
Alright, the question that we've been asking you is, of course, is the sanctity of a Hindu temple defiled by the visit of non-Hindus? And on the show tonight, I'm going to take a quick straw poll of our various guests. Let me start with Mr. Ravi Krishna in Chennai. Your quick answer, yes or no to that one. Which way do you vote?
No, they are not defiling the temple.
Okay. Rahul Easwar, how about you?
See, I would say that we have to reform all these things according to the tunes of time, with the consent of
yes
religious
or no?
authorities.
Vote now. Yes or no?
Yes or no? It's a very tough question. See, there is nothing between yes and there are many areas between yes and a no.
Is the temple,
discuss and debate it.
Is a Hindu temple defiled by the visit of non-Hindus? Yes or no? Simple.
No, the question is not as simple as
okay,
that, but I would say in this context, exactly no.
Okay, I'll take it as a no answer from you. Then you're not taking a stand then. And finally, the guest in the studio, Dr. Radhika Chopra. Radhika, yes or no?
Religion doesn't follow the logic of citizenship, so it does defile.
It does defile.
According to a Hindu precept and representation of what temple space is, the entry of those who are not defined as fully followers is defiling.
Alright, I'll take that as your initial comment. So the poll now of our guests at least suggests there is one vote in favour, one vote against, and one vote which is refusing to vote either way, claiming that the issue is more complex than that. Let's get you though the initial results of our SMS and web poll, and it's very interesting. Here's what the question is once again: is the sanctity of Hindu temples defiled by the visit of non-Hindus? Here's what most of you are actually saying now: 77% saying yes, it is defiled, and 23% saying no. How do we make sense of all this? It sets it up for our discussions in Face the Nation language. We call it crossfire.